I hear a dolphin down here. That's the dolphin that's in the rainbow drip. It's not really rainbowy. I don't know why I said rainbow. It's just my memory. But yeah. So there is a dolphin in the water that we've neglected to help this whole time, and we are going to continue to neglect him. Yeah. There is a dolphin under the water, under the oil water, who is just sitting under an anchor drowning. And we're not gonna help him. Yeah, we're not. We'll do it later. I mean, he can wait. Alright, so in this water, in this oil water, do I not go in that oil water? Why am I not going in that oil water? Yeah, okay. I apparently I did a running start. What was the point of that? But anyway, look, it's the return of Snacker. It's the return of Jaws. Return of the cheese and crackers, which is us. Yep, he came all the way from Treasure Trove Cove, however far that is, and swam here, and lived in this oil. He is immune to oil, apparently. Immune to the deathly waters. And now they're more deadly just because of him. I don't know how he survives, but he just does. He just kind of hangs. He just chills. And what I'm trying to do here, there's a hole that you can barely see that is in this little sectioned off area of the bay. Okay, yeah. You disappear. You just disappear, boy. And I think I get into it this time. Yeah, you can barely see it. It's right there. Come on. Come on. What is up with you, Banjo? Ah, shut up, Elmo! Also, I like how this Jinjo has its own... Well, I say buoy. I don't know what you say. I've heard that boy is the correct pronunciation, but that just seems so weird to me. Boys and gulls. Buoys and seagulls. I don't know. Come on! Come on! Come on! There you go. And this room is kind of interesting in that it's the only room in this level, or the only area in this world, this level, in fact, also, that has any form of a flight pad. It has a flight pad, whereas you don't use one in any of the rest of it, and I don't know, it's just kind of strange to me. Plus it has a boat, which serves no purpose, it doesn't move. Which I guess none of the boats in this level move. And probably none of the boats in this game, if there are any boats besides the one in this level. And this is how you get the honeycomb, the Honey Nut Cheerio. I like this honeycomb. This one's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one to eat because it's airborne, and everything tastes better airborne. Ask Hobbs. I like the noise it made whenever it disappeared. Just like a balloon! Come on down, you balloonatics! Oh man, that was stupid. What I was trying to do there, I was suspecting that if I beak barged, or what was it, beak bombed, into the window that it would break. But no, it doesn't. It doesn't break. I was just being a total presumptuous panda. Oh man, that reminds me of another dumb story. Panda. I don't know why I'm glad that came up. Just because now I can talk about a stupid thing that not really stupid, I guess. it just makes me feel stupid talking about it, but like I've had really a lot of memories with Rusty Bucket Bay, and this is just my most memorable stage in the game. This is probably where I spent most of my time. Well, no, I take that back. I spent more time in World 9, but I don't like it as much still, even though it is a great world to be in. But my story, when I was younger, yeah, as opposed to when I was older. Now we're gonna save the dolphin. I would make game guides, video game guides for games that don't exist. So, like, I would just make up games And usually my ideas weren't very creative. I usually ripped off Zelda or something. And, so one of my ideas was a direct rip-off of Banjo Kazooie, and I called it Pandy. That sounds like panties, but it's Pandy. And it starred a panda who had a backpack and a red shirt, and in the backpack was a golden pheasant. Why I remember that it was that specific kind of bird, I have no idea, but I remember it was a golden pheasant. And one of the levels that I made up, which was a direct rip-off of Rusty Bucket Bay, was some, I don't know, I want to say it was like Dirty Pail Bay or something. That dolphin should have died. Did you see that anchor, how it went through him? And we're going to collect that Jiggy as soon as possible, because it's one of those Jiggies that you can easily forget if you don't get it right away. I like the dolphin's name, by the way. The dolphin's name is Snorkel. A lot of the characters' names in this game are great. They're really creative. Well, I mean, like, Banjo is creative, Kazooie is creative, Snorkel's awesome, Grunty, Bottles, Boggy. But then you get names like Mott's Hand, or Moat's Hand. I don't know how you pronounce it for sure, but either way, Mozart's probably turning in his grave. Oh, I'm so sorry. But yeah, back to the Pandy story, the pantyhose. Well, there wasn't much else to say about it, but yeah. One of the levels that I just had a direct rip-off, Rusty Bucket Bay. And for the sake of calling it something, I'm just gonna call it Fail Pail Bay. That's definitely not what it was called. I wasn't that creative yet, but Fail Pail Bay. Okay. See, it was at that point in time where I was really into looking up words in the thesaurus. Like, I loved the thesaurus. I still do. So anytime that I was trying to think of names for something, I would just take the names of already existing games and levels and things and just, like, well, pretty much just look up synonyms to all the words in the titles. So, like, Rusty Bucket Bay, I would take a different word for rusty and a different word for bucket and a different word for bay, and regardless of whether or not they sounded good together, I would put them together. One strange thing about Rusty Bucket Bay is that you can't break all of the windows, which I guess makes sense. You can only break the ones that are a little bit more pixelated looking than the others. It's just that some of them look like they should be breakable anyway, just because of how they look. Or the ones with the thinner window panes are the ones that are breakable, but it's hard to tell. Alright, so more boom boxes! Ow! Ow! Stop booming me, boxes! Pfft, we're boxing. That was a terrible joke. I'm so sorry. Well, while we're doing terrible joke time, let's do awful comedy moment. Let's try to think of some more box puns. Let's think outside the box. Oh, all that was in here was a Banjo life. But at least it was worth it for hearing the funny noise it makes. Do 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 yeah. 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 Oh, what is wrong with you, Banjo? Can't you exit a door? So now more boxes. Look at all the boxes. There's so many boxes in this level. This should just be called Box Mountain. This should be the box office. I've already made that joke. Well, maybe not in this Let's Play. More boxes! Look at all the boxes! Oh. Whenever I see boxes in abundance like this next to some kind of harbor, or in some kind of harbor, I should say, well, actually, I was going to say that it reminded me of Tony Hawk, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4, to be specific, with the bay area where there are boxes there, or not boxes, big crates that are moved by the cranes. But this room in particular, this specific room, reminds me more of a room in Rayman 2, The Great Escape. In one of the later levels in the game, because there's a room packed full of boxes just like this. And it also kind of reminds me... Oh, why? I have no idea, but It makes me think of a Rugrats game. I think it was the Rugrats in Paris. I don't remember why I played that, but I did. I give up. Okay. Now, this room I had a lot of trouble with, so I'm gonna speed this up. Yeah, to put it simply, I failed so many times in this room that I'm almost surprised I didn't eventually die. All I was trying to do was collect the notes, and I just kept getting beaten up by the slug monsters, by the slug men. Slug men and Leech Boy. Okay, come on, Banjo. No, you... You rutabaga. You rutabaga. You're going to rutabaga the day that you missed that jump over and over again. Okay, come on. Well, that worked well enough, I suppose. That's passable. Blah! Like the noise they make whenever they're fast-forwarded. Hee! And now we leave and everything returns to normal speed again. Yeah! So, to be honest, I forgot where I go from here. So what else can I talk about, fool? Yeah, let's dive bomb into the water. Let's beak bomb into the water. Let's Banjo smash! That wasn't the appropriate time to use that expression. Never mind.